Hello and happy Monday, everybody. It is time once again for Mark's Monday Minutes in Portland Real Estate. It is the week of October 16th, and I'm here once again to share real estate data with you, talk to you about what I'm seeing in the market so that collectively we can make good decisions about how to proceed forward into 2024 with your real estates. Whether you're buying or selling, I'm here as your advisor. I'm here to coach you and to help you make reasonable, rational decisions about real estate in Portland. There are three takeaways this week. First of all, second week in a row, we're seeing that interest rates are sitting at 8%. They're going to be here for the short term, possibly the long term. So let's talk about what buyers are going to do in dealing with this, and sellers as well. Second of all, inventory is low. Did you know that there has only been 1 year where we've had fewer homes for sale in, recorded history in the past 60 years, if you will. That year was 2021. Every other year, there have been more homes. So we're at a significant lack of inventory, which means there's not much to buy. And third, let's talk about what strategies we can put in place for you, whether you're buying or selling, what the best strategies are for you to get the best value for your dollar. We'll talk about that. Okay, let's begin with the numbers. The number of active listings in Portland, we dropped a little bit down to 4,393. I believe that last week we hit our high water mark, if you will, for 2023. Last week we were at 4,411. It's the highest number we had seen. Now we've dropped down a little bit, 4,393. Part of that is the number of new listings coming this week was only 432. Now I suspect going forward we will see the number of new listings per week in this 400 and then eventually 300 per week, down from the 500 that we had, 500 plus, for the previous 6 weeks, if memory serves me correct. The number of pending homes, 362 homes that buyers have chosen and written an acceptable offer upon. And the number of sold homes, 284. Again, a slight drop for the second week in a row. These were homes that went under contract right around the Labor Day holiday weekend, when frankly it was the last 3-day weekend before school. I suspect buyers said, time out, we're going to spend some time enjoying this last holiday and the nice bit of weather. Going forward, we're now going to see buyers who are purposeful, intentional, and truly looking, not tire kicking, but purposeful. The number of homes with a price adjustment, 1,184, dropped down a little bit, down to 26.9% of the available homes in Portland. Typically, on any given year, we see about a third of the homes that sell actually have had a price adjustment, reduction, decrease, if you will. So Portland has been ahead of the curve, if you will, better than our national averages and better than the historic average for this year. The number of homes coming to market in the next 21 days, 33, just right around the same level we've seen for the last couple weeks. 33 homes that I can find to help you. If you're being serious about looking, I can help you find those homes before the rest of the public sees them. The number of sold homes in the last 30 days, 1,425, giving us roughly 3.1 months worth of inventory. Again, we expect for October, this number is probably going to sit around 3.1 months of inventory. Again, a normal market by definition historically is 4 to 6 months of inventory. That's what we consider a balanced market. Still in the favor of sellers, although I think those dynamics are changing to, again, a more balanced supply and demand, if you will, based on the way the numbers shake out. Let's talk about those affordable garage homes, the homes with a 4-car garage that are under $1 million. Well, 35 of the homes on the market right now are under $1 million with a 4-car garage or larger. Total of 116. Those are the homes that are above $1 million, less affordable, but as you would expect with a multi-million-dollar home, multiple parking garages. The number of new homes this last week with a 4-car garage, 10, twice as many as the week before, of which 4 were in that affordable, under $1 million category. Pending, 3 homes went pending this last week. All 3 of them were under $1 million. Those are buyers who found the opportunity to perhaps get the garage of their dreams, the shop space, the storage capacity. They found them. Now, the number of homes sold in the last week, 3 of them. 2 of those were over $1 million, 1 of them was under. Okay, more typical number, that's good. Just giving us a sold total of these garage homes of 27 in the last 30 days, 15 of which were under $1 million. So over half of them were of those affordable 4-car garage. And I know it sounds crazy saying under $1 million is affordable. That's really where Oregon has gotten to, at least Portland has gotten to in the last year. It's just an interesting artifact of just numbers and prices. Now, let's get on to those three takeaways we talked about. Let's talk strategy. Buyers are clearly pulling back. We noticed that the open house traffic the last 2 weeks now has dropped. Buyers, I had an agent do an open house on one of my listings, and the only two visitors were the neighbors up the street, one of which thought they were showing up to an estate sale that was further down the street. So the buyers have just slowed down significantly. They've pulled back, whether it's affordability, whether holidays, or fears of a recession, or fears of affordability. The fact is they're pulling back. So sellers, we need to think about this and how we approach this from the way that we market your home and be strategic in the way how we position your home price-wise and condition for a changing market with volatility at low levels. Now, as I mentioned, inventory levels are still low. There's only been 1 year where we've had fewer homes for sale in October, and it was in 2021. Not by much. We have currently 537,000 homes for sale nationwide. In Portland, as I said, we're at 4,393. Nationwide, we're at 537. In fact, the last year we were at 800,000 was back in 2018. And that's typically where we are, in that 800,000 to 1 million homes available for sale. We're now down in the 500s. What does this say? Again, so ridiculously low inventory, buyers have fewer choices, helping to prop up sellers and their prices, and supply and demand both are still matched. Portland inventory has rebounded. The good news for Portland is we started 23 right at 3,000 available homes for sale. We are now currently up to that 4,400 point, which is good. We should, however, be somewhere around 6,000. So that's a typical inventory of the store, if you will, the real estate store. Now, let's talk strategy for 24. What we noticed back in 22 is, even though we had the two bumps with mortgage prices, again, 5.5% and 7% in July and September, October, when mortgage rates improved in March, purchases and sales took off. It was pent-up buyer demand. Buyers were just waiting. A slight improvement, boom, in 23, sales just accelerated much faster than many of us in the industry were thinking, far more aggressively than we typically see in the spring. So if you are thinking of selling in 24 in the next 12 months, let's talk about a strategy. We need to put a plan in place now that by the end of January, you have the interior of your house ready to go. That way we're ready for photographs sometime in February when the weather is nice. We get that little window of nice, clean, clear, crisp air, and we can take those pictures. We're going to then create top-tier marketing materials like no one else has seen. That's been my specialty now for many, many years, since my years at a previous brokerage. And then you are ready for market in March, presumably when we're going to have a price adjustment. It is an election year. Both parties are going to be doing their best to push interest rates down. When that happens, the buyers are going to show up. Let's get your home ready to get you maximum dollar. Okay, call me, Mark, and we'll put a plan in place. Until then, have a great week. We'll talk to you next week.